Hello everyone, welcome back to the Tabletop Tavern Eylas U. My name is Jenny. I will be your dungeon master not only today, but also forever, so get used to it. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm going to allow my beautiful, wonderful, talented players to introduce and pronoun themselves. I'm not going to do it for them, starting with the beautiful, the talented, the vivacious. I'm not saying your name.
It's me. I'm Victoria. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Fleur Pharaoh.
Hi, I'm Doe. My pronouns are also she, her, and I play Ian Farrow.
Woo.
Hey, I'm Pippin. I use they, them, and I'm playing Vesper Thornquill.
I'm Stacy. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be playing Rosalie Motley today.
Hi, I'm Cam. I use they, them, and I will be playing Essie Hepburn.
Every time. It gets me.
It's
Every
so
time.
good.
The Essie voice is so good.
No, I didn't do character.
When last we left off, actually, Essie was having a little bit of a moment. But before we get there, the party last episode arrived at the mysterious Green Spring Inn, where they met the owner, Oron, and his son, H, who worked as the bellhop / concierge of sorts. The party got comfortable, got suspicious, fought some sprites, found out that they didn't really need to fight the sprites, and H is just a little bit lazy, and started to put together some very strange puzzle pieces. Essie, on a hunch that H wasn't exactly who he said he was, went out to meet H by the water. When last we left off, Essie, H had just asked you a question about one of your party members.
I suppose we've known for a little while, or he has.
Oh, sick. So like he knows the Frost Prince.
He thinks
he thinks he's the, well, he's not the Frost Prince. You'd know.
know the Prince.
Oh, well, that's a little bit complicated.
What's complicated about it?
Well, have you ever been to like a family reunion of sorts, and your like weird third cousin shows up, and like he's the kind of guy who like smokes cigarettes and then puts them out in the like gratitude feast turkey, and then like maybe gets the, you know, interdimensional cops called on him, and it's like a whole thing, and then he tries to fight your grandma, and then it becomes like a whole situation.
I mean, I do get the vibe that that's what Ian is trying to be, at least.
Word. Well, I'm not sure. I mean, he could, if he wanted to, like, go in and commit, like, entirely interplanar genocide, but it doesn't really seem like his thing, right?
Honestly, I don't think so. Even if he wanted to, I feel like he wouldn't have it in him. I mean, I bench press more than him, so.
Word.
Stop.
Yeah, no, I could tell. You're like the are you familiar with like Mora Loft? You're like the Mora Loft kind of sexy.
That is so nice. I love Angelica Yoli so much in that role.
Oh yeah, no, like I'm glad they did it with the triangle titties. You don't have triangle titties, by the way. They're like the perfect. This is getting a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to be reassuring.
This is like a first date. Well, I don't want to assume that.
No, I mean, if you wanna, I thought maybe we. Yeah, no, for sure. And he takes your hand again and holds it. Definitely, yeah, 100%. It's been like 780 years since I last went on a first date, so I'm a little bit rusty.
It's been 18 years since I've been on one, so.
Word.
Well, yeah, I've never been on one.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, you know, the like elf math is hard. I get it. Yours are weird. Like the way that like regular mortals experience time is kind of fucked up, right?
It is because they experience so little of it.
I know. Do you ever get like, I'm sorry if this is too dark or too deep for like a first date or whatever, but do you ever get like worried being friends with mortals? Because like I was friends with a lot of humans and stuff back in the day, and it's just such a short time before you gotta like say goodbye, you know?
To be honest, I try not to think about it.
Word. That's usually the best way to approach everything, is just to not think about it, you know? And like, gotta realize that like it doesn't happen all at once, you know? Like, there will be people next to you, you know, the half elves. They last an okay amount of time, and then, you know, you just keep working it down, and then one day you're lonely and you're staring out at a sky full of stars on a plane you're not, you know, adherent to, and everyone you've ever cared about is gone, and you just gotta keep contemplating it. But it's also kind of comforting, because like, they're out in the upper planes, and like, that's probably what the stars are, right?
Yeah. I guess they are all stars in their own right. Even if I never become one, I gotta meet a whole lot of wonderful ones.
Wow, being a star is overrated, you know? I think your whole thing is much brighter anyway. Yeah. So, well, it's good to know that, Ian doesn't really... Does he know that... So, he's not the Frost Prince. We've kind of laid that one out. You're pretty sure he didn't commit, like, a whole bunch of war crimes all at once?
No, I'm pretty sure he didn't, but, there definitely is something strange tying him.
Word. Yeah. No, I mean, like, you know, like, we know about the they touched thing, obviously.
Okay, I didn't know how much you knew.
Oh no, when you can see into the Fae plane at the same time, dude's got like a glow around him. It's like, you know those glow sticks that you like crack and then they glow a bunch? It's like that, but you don't have to crack them, he just kind of looks like that.
Yeah, that's what a glow is. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's
So
just
smart.
different because, you know, like you shine, but like he glows. You get it? Like, it's very different.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So, what?
You've been around for a little while.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've seen what's happened to the Fae Touched before.
Word.
Is he gonna be safe?
It's complicated, okay? The whole thing is complicated. Like, is anyone really safe? I know I'm not safe. I'm trapped in a freaking enchanted violin 98% of the time. And, I mean, my dad lives here in a pocket dimension because he can't handle divorce, and,
Divorce that.
Divorce, yeah, it seems rough. I've never been married, so I've never been divorced. I feel like one's a prerequisite for the other, you know?
Yeah, that's usually how it works, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, you know, fate's a fickle thing, and, it's hard to predict. There's been some who just, like, they vibe, man. They, like, you know, lift 180 and then kicked the bucket, ate some dust, chilled out, probably ascended. I don't know. I don't really keep track of anything beyond, like, this plane, the ethereal plane, the Feywild. One time I went to the third circle of hell. That was pretty cool. A lot going on there. Yeah.
Were you, like, invited there?
Well, so, a while ago, there was, like, this interplanar dating service that, my friend Eylas was trying to, like, kick into gear, and so I agreed that I'd, like, do one of the first dates so they could have, like, a celebrity endorsement or whatever, because at the time I was touring, right, and I was big on the ethereal plane, so I went ahead and I went on a date with this succubus, which started out really fun, but you'll never guess how it ended.
Did she try to kill you?
Yeah.
It's really hard to date with all these trust issues and stuff. I mean, it's rough. I get you. I mean, I don't get you. I've never dated before, but
You're pretty good at it. I mean, you know, I think that it never gets easier, per se. You know, opening yourself up to someone, it's always hard, Eddie. Like, it's a whole thing. Like, it's just... part of opening yourself up to, like, love or whatever, honesty, is accepting that you're gonna get hurt sometimes. And that's not easy. It takes a lot of bravery.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Can I be honest with you for a second?
Hell yeah, Betty. Lead with honesty.
I didn't have a lot of friends for a long time.
Why?
I don't know. Friends were competition, or at least that's what my mom said. But
I get that. I totally understand that. And when your mom acts like that, you either choose to try to go above and beyond and invariably disappoint her, or just go ahead and choose to be a disappointment right off the bat. And who's to say which one's better, right?
I really like my friends now. And I know you were talking about how I'm gonna have to say goodbye to them eventually. But I really don't want to say goodbye to them anytime soon.
It's a fickle thing, Biddy. You know, you can want as much as you want and do as much as you can, but at the end of the day, sometimes bad things happen to good people and good people become bad people, or worse, you know? Like, you can care about someone and you can want the best for them and you can do your best to protect them, keep them going, but it's hard. Again, it takes a lot of bravery. Your friends are cool. I mean, they're really cool. I mean, that Ian guy's trying a little bit too hard. You don't have to tell him I said that, but you know.
He is, but at least he's trying, you know?
Well, you know, but here's the thing. Those who don't try, they never look foolish, right? So you can just tell him I said that. You know, sometimes it's best to just vibe, you feel?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I had a friend like that a long time ago.
Who was it?
We can talk about it another time. He was a third cousin of mine.
Okay. She kind of pats his hands and is just like...
Can I walk you back to the...
Oh, yeah. We should probably get back because they're going to be, like, wondering what's going on, and, like, your dad is in pocket dement. Yeah, let's go back. Mm-hmm. Walking is good.
He smiles down at you and leans down very slowly and puts a hand on your cheek and brushes a thumb under your eye and goes, "Sorry, you had an eyelash. Make a wish."
You know I can cast Zone of Truth, right?
There's an eyelash on here.
Really?
I mean, you want to lean closer and see?
Yes. Yes, I do. That was Essie's internal monologue just now.
There's a little eyelash on the tip of his thumb, and as you go in and blow on it to make a wish, he leans down and presses a gentle kiss to your forehead.
Cute.
Adorable.
That's some
Biggest
cute
blush
shit.
ever, and is 1,000% gonna tell Rosalie and Fleur about this and her diary.
Good.
Word. Well, you look very pretty and then he takes a step and opens the screen door to the inn and holds it open for you.
I'm walking in.
You walk in, he closes the door behind you, he leans one more time over your shoulder and whispers in your ear, "You also look really pretty in the inside light." And then he turns around and walks
Very
back
suave.
towards the kitchen.
Oh. Rosie! Fleur!
Yeah, where am I?
Yeah, what were the rest of us doing?
Is there a
So-
window? Is there a window with a curtain? I am in the curtain.
Fleur and
I'm
Ian
hiding.
had gone to the
car.
Fleur and Ian, I'm gonna say that you guys you managed to see like kind of the tail end of the eyelash interaction and then him hold the door open and close the door behind them. Rosalie,
Fleur's speed walking now.
you're welcome to roll a stealth check if you want to.
I will roll a stealth check.
I won't
Oh,
care.
I have
even if you're not
disadvantage.
stealthy about it.
I will have been with Fleur, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, so Vesper went with Fleur and Ian.
Disadvantage. I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3. Let me roll for Hirsum real fast. I believe it's impossible for... Yeah, he has a +7 to perception. But let's just see. Yeah, that's a 16.
Okay.
You're hiding in the curtain, and you hear in your head a little message spell that goes,
No.
"Don't worry, Biddy. I had her back before curfew."
Also, okay, so on the pawn, Essie calling out Rosie will peek behind the curtain finally. I don't know if Essie caught on that.
I don't care if she did or not. She was too in the moment. She wasn't even. Her passive perception was 0 in that second.
Upon seeing the eyelash brush as well, Fleur has started power walking, leaving those two behind.
No.
Ian's like trying to hold back Floor, but also holding back Aspen.
Oh yeah, Aspen
Gives
is
him
like
space.
pulling after Fleur as Fleur power walks away.
And Rosalie beat red immediately goes over to Essie and grabs her hands and kind of goes, "Did you see this? Did you just see it? And then like Rosalie like will compose herself a little bit and like take her hand and like brush Essie's cheek with her thumb. It says,
Essie is so happy she's about to hurl.
and says, "Oh, what is this?"
Hey, the forehead and the. So happy.
Here, Rosalie, Essie, I got you. You need to. And like Rosalie will cup her hands just in case. I got you.
As Rosalie cups
so
her
good.
hands, I feel like Fleur kind of opens the door rapidly.
Did you punch it up?
No, she's like bursting
Okay.
through.
Flirt.
Did he kiss you on the forehead?
Floor, it's not your business.
Shut up. Did he?
Fleur's like scream whispering.
On the forehead. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Forehead.
That's your ukulele.
I know.
How's that gonna work when it's the ukulele again, Essie?
Wait,
I think they want to play some sweet music. How's that gonna work when it's a ukulele?
how does that
No.
work?
There's so
Not to
much
harsh the
more
vibe.
than just physical attraction.
Okay.
Although that's definitely there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah.
Vesper,
We
at this point, you
I-
having been left behind,
That's what
finally.
I was like, I didn't even bother trying to hurry because I'm like, I'm not gonna catch up to Fleur.
Poor Vess.
So I stroll up, I open it very gently and let the little bell jingle. It's like,
Fleur looks back at Vess and goes, sorry.
Vess, would you ever date your spellbook?
Vesper, you can just tell them you're not really my type.
okay, no, I thank you, I appreciate it. I don't think I'm there, and I answer back. I'm just like, I don't think I'm actually their type.
I'm more into
Oh.
like erotic novels.
I know. I promised I'd leave you there. It's like we just haven't. I will leave you there if you want later.
I was just asking because I was trying to figure out
The logistics.
the ukulele human thing.
You can figure it out.
Okay.
Like, you know,
Okay.
if you really care about someone
Uh-huh.
and it works, you know, we just
Uh-huh.
Haven't you? I like Vesper pipes up. It's like, didn't you see Harrison once in a dream? I mean, it's not nothing.
kind of. I mean,
Essie, honey. And Fleur's the most experienced in this group. So she walks over to Essie and grabs her hands and goes, are you planning your whole future with your ukulele right now?
I'm a hot girl now.
Okay.
Fleur, as you hold Essie's hands and say this, there's like a light popping noise behind you, and everyone but Vesper kind of jumps. Vesper, used to the mechanics of such kinds of magic, just kind of like, I think you're probably not too surprised by this. And standing behind you leaning way down because he is quite tall. H whispers in your ear,
Yeah.
"It's called a curse, Biddy. They can be broken."
Okay.
What's up, H?
What's
H,
up?
have you been here the whole time?
No, I went and made myself a sandwich. He pulls out 2 sandwiches and hands one to Ian.
Yes, it's the marshmallow thing. And he starts taking a bite and chewing ferociously.
Oh.
So are you saying we can break your curse?
Probably. I mean, I've yet to see a curse that can't be broken. Not that I know too much about the logistics of mine, but if you were ever in the mood to do some curse breaking, I'd appreciate it. It's cramped in a ukulele.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Do you know how to break your curse?
Would you be able to be on this plane if the curse was broken?
Lot of questions from this side of the room.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about Essie's well-being.
In order. If I knew how, don't you think I would have done it by now?
Very good point.
And do, as they say in regional variant Elvish. Yes. If you can be on the
Okay.
Fae plane, why wouldn't I be able to be on this plane?
I'm just making sure.
The real issue with getting between planes is travel, and I
Yeah,
don't know
true.
if you can tell, but I'm kind of
It's a non-issue.
it's a non-issue.
Yeah. It's just an issue for us currently.
Well, you know, there's limited casting.
We got stuff to learn. Yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I think your friend can do it.
Yeah, I literally
Oh,
just
yeah.
hold up a hand. I'm like, Flirt, do you forget I brought us home?
Right, the ring.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
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 It's when we met you.
Yeah, that was crazy. I can't believe that ring did not consume your soul, man. I was sitting there screaming like, no, don't put the ring on. It'll corrupt your mind and your internal essence. And you were just like, bloop. And I was like, oh shit, that gnome is fucked. But I guess because you're like not Fae and Sylvan in heritage, it's like cool.
That's
Cool. Good
interesting.
to know that could have happened. Could have gone the rest of my life without knowing it, but I'm glad it didn't.
Yeah, word.
I expect anything I could detect off of it was probably not enough to figure out whatever that was going on.
Oh no, you gotta originate on the plane of origin for the object to know it's cursed, man. And that's the thing, right? Sometimes you get gifted a super cool infernal violin and you're like, word, look at this sick infernal violin. And then you play it a couple times at like a wicked rager, and then you're trapped in a violin. And your mom's like, oh shit, my kid's stuck in a violin. Can anyone fix this? And they're like, no, where'd you get the violin? And she's like, I don't know, gin. And you're like, yo, where are there gins on this plane? But no one can hear you because, again, you're trapped in a fucking violin, man.
Wait, what
So your mom
what
gave
kind
you that
of
ukulele?
ragers do you go to that have violins and or ukuleles?
You have a deeply uncreative mind when it comes to parties, my friend.
Yeah, I that would be
He's
ideal.
not much of a
Honestly,
partier.
I think that's the great idea. If they went out of style, that's very sad.
Yeah. No, for sure. Well,
Ian's more of a hangout in the forest kind of guy.
that is literally the kind of party I am describing. You go there, you drink a lot of Fey wine, just like a lot of wine of the summer court if you can get your hands on it. You like kind of trip balls on some of the fairy fern, which by the way, in the Feywild slaps 100% differently. Definitely recommend it. Then you play some crazy music, make some people lose their minds because your buddy Pan shows up and is like, Ritual Madness, my friend. And you're like, hell yeah, Pan, bring it here, bro. And then the rest of the night's kind of a blur. And then the next 4 days are also kind of a blur. And then you get back home and your dad's all like, yo, here's some. Why aren't you doing your princely duties? And it's like, my guy, I am 6,017 years old. I got some growing up to do, you know?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Totally normal age span.
Well,
Definitely.
so you know that like that is the we are like Fey creatures, pure
No, for
Fey.
sure.
We are immortal on the Fey plane.
Just
You
a
get
lot to
that.
wrap my human head around, I guess.
What if you're like half Fae?
Well-
Or like Fae touched?
So the Fey touched. Are you familiar with like half elves?
Kinda, yeah.
Like points at Rosalie.
Oh, word. Yeah, what's up, Biddy? Loving the look. Lots of black. I dig it. So here's the thing. Your lifespan is more analogous to like that of a half elf, probably, because you're like sort of fae, but also sort of human, you know? So like, if you lived in the fae plane for the rest of your existence, I'd give you 500, 600 years. Outside of the fae plane, we're gonna cap that at like 180 or so. Provided that a horrible fate does not befell you, but that only happens to like 50 to 70% of Fae touch. Honestly, I wasn't paying that much attention. There was one who liked to party with me a long time ago.
What was their name?
What?
Your friend.
Something Silverbow? Nice guy. Wood elf sort of thing. Guy, dude. You're not always humans, the only requirement is that you're, like, from the material plane. So I guess he should have been immortal on the Fae plane. I don't think about it that hard. You guys ask a lot of questions.
Can I ask you another one after this?
Maybe. What's up?
So, like, you're talking about the Fae touched, right?
Sure.
And, like, now that your dad's not here.
My dad's literally asleep upstairs. We go off.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, listening.
I mean, he might be. This is his pocket dimension, and we don't
fair.
actually have to sleep. We just kind of go and hang out.
Cammy,
Word.
do you know anything about her?
Which one was that?
The other Fae touched. The Summer Court Fae touched.
Oh, word. Yeah, that was one of ours. She was like what? Elf?
Yeah.
Okay, word. Yeah, I kind of remember.
Did you guys bring her back?
No. So, this whole area is very complicated, but we kind of explicitly cannot invite anyone here. That's why we can't do like ads and stuff.
Okay, so how did we get invited here then? Oh. Yeah, okay. You used Cammy to get us here.
What?
Did you use Cammy to get us here?
We literally can't invite people here, even by
So
proxy.
then, who did?
Biddy, if I knew, I would have them invite a lot more guests here because my dad needs something to do besides follow me around. And honestly, I've only been here like a day and a half because again, I have been literally trapped inside of a ukulele.
So did you get out of the ukulele when we got here?
Sort of. So there's a listen, I'm less into the nitty gritty of the casting. It's vibes, sort of a vibes based system for me. But what I can tell you is that
vibes aren't quantifiable.
Word. So dad did
Utter
like
confusion.
like a little bit of like hand waving and stuff, and basically what I understand is that if something enters the field of his magic that's been imbued with Fey magic, it loses its capabilities. Depending on the power of the item, it's either all at once, you feel, or like slowly over time.
Okay.
And
that's why we needed to get rid of our weapons.
Well, it's sort of a drain on his energy to drain your energy. And also, I don't think he liked that you had his axe, Biddy. Again, not yours.
But, like, I found it.
Yeah, do the rule of finders keepers apply in the Fae plane?
The rule of finders keepers doesn't apply anywhere, Biddy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I assume he doesn't want
Quite.
it back because he didn't ask for it back.
Biddy, he can't ask for it back.
Why?
It's getting late. You guys should probably go to bed. And then he disappears.
Your ukulele is a bit of a buzzkill sometimes.
Straight up just
Work on
didn't answer my
communication.
question.
Yeah.
Also, okay, so if King Oberyn is here and they're going through a divorce, where the fuck is Titania?
Okay, so I know that he said that they can't invite us here.
Mhm.
But could Titania have?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because
And
it
is
has
that
to
what
be someone
Cammy-
from the summer court who knew Cammy and who knew you. So like maybe I don't know, like Titania's kind of her mom, I guess. And
Okay.
I
I
also
think
I
we
had
should
wanted
sleep.
to ask, I had wanted to
Yes.
ask Fleur, and you didn't really give me any chances to because
Sorry.
I don't think he has the longest attention span either, and I
No.
think we could ration our questions more graciously.
I'm
Are
terrible
we
for
sure
that.
we're in I don't know that, and it's like trying to like find it again after losing the train of thought
Mhm.
of being like, this might be the Green Court too. It might not be
Well,
isn't
yeah.
that where Hearsome originally said he was from?
I don't necessarily know if we're in the summer court, but this is. We know that it's Hearsome and King Oberon.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying it's not like we don't just obviously not here. There's only so many rooms too.
But then why did they bring us here and not
I don't think
anywhere
they
to where
did.
this?
Do you
No,
guys
no, no,
still
I
have
mean
the
whoever did.
letter?
Yeah, and Fleur pulls it out of her bag of holding.
And Rosalie's gonna take it and look at the symbol with the flower with the halo of petals.
Mhm.
And says, "Well, I think we could start here."
Yeah.
I also think it's worth asking to use or have them use the computer. I don't know if Pearson knows how to use
Or-
the computer. We
I'll
have
go in the
the credit
library.
card. That must be traceable some way.
I kind of want to go check out the library personally, but
I'll go with you.
oh, okay.
Do we want to do that now or in the morning?
Probably in the morning.
I think.
I mean,
because-
I don't know about the
etiquette.
no, well, our elven and half elven friends, but I did not sleep particularly well on the plane. I don't know about you.
I haven't had my own room in a long time, so I'm really excited to sleep.
I
No
don't want
offense.
to know.
Let's go to bed, and then tomorrow morning we'll go to the library. And Fleur takes the paperback and puts it in her bag of holding, and is like, "Tomorrow we will go to the library and we'll have breakfast, and we will figure out why the hell we're here. And if Hearsome and Oberon didn't bring us here, who did?"
Maybe we should check out the knives resort.
I think that's a very good idea. I'm wondering if that symbol is the logo for the Knives Resort.
Why would they send us? You know what? I just can't process that right now.
I think we sleep on it and then we think again tomorrow.
What time did they say breakfast was again?
I don't remember.
When we wake up.
Yeah, they said
Right.
whenever.
We're the only guests. What time do we want to wake up then?
Not early.
I'm with that.
How's 8?
Too early.
8 it is.
9:30.
8 o'clock.
Night.
I'll text you off the hooky in. Good
Save me
night.
Between 6 to 8.
Yes. See, this is a middle ground.
I'm so excited to have my own room. So excited.
It's also when they said they'd be served.
All right, so you're all going to bed?
Yeah.
I'm going to the library. I will
Oh.
pretend I'm going to bed.
Everyone
You're gonna
goes
leave
upstairs. Rosalie, you kind of linger by the foot of the stairs, pretending to sort of admire a sconce on the wall. You kind of run your hands down some wallpaper, and once your friends round the top of the stairs, you find yourself alone in the library.
I'm going to look. First of all, I actually kind of, Jenny, I do want to ask a technical question before I do any of this.
Okay.
You said we leveled up. Is this
No, long rest.
okay? Okay, after the long rest.
Yes.
Okay. Then I will just look. I would like to look for any books on necromancy.
Roll an investigation check.
Right.
Can't believe you went to the library without me. I'm so hurt.
Vesper's gonna be
I'm
so
so
fucking
hurt.
upset.
19.
All right. There's a couple books on necromancy. They don't seem particularly in depth. This isn't the sort of place where you're going to get like reference texts. They largely appear to be like beach reads. One of them is The Necromancer Who Loved Me. Another one seems to be much filthier. It's called Raise My Bone. And the third one appears to be the practical applications of necromantic magic in religious ceremony. It seems pretty outdated, though. It Looks to be very old.
I will open the last one and I will pocket into my purse the other two for a quick beach read.
Do
Okay,
not kill me.
So you pull out the
Practical necromancy for religious practice or something.
So you crack it open. You're not. Go ahead and roll a religion check.
Aye, aye. Oh, 9.
You're not
Oh,
familiar
no.
with any of the gods named in this book. Most notably, the Lady on Fire is not named. There's no reference to her.
She's fresh and new.
Many of these pages appear to have been torn out and then put back in. Held in by like masking tape, not even scotch tape.
Okay. I'm going to quickly just like flip through it and go to the first page or the last page, and I just kind of want to see who wrote it.
It's published by a name you don't recognize. It looks to be a wood elf just by the naming conventions. It is written by... Hang on. Oh my god. It's written by... You're gonna make me do this?
Written by...
It's written by Killian... Killianana.
And with that, I will close the book and put it back on the shelf for now.
You put the book on the shelf and turn around to leave the library and find Oron standing behind you.
Mm-hmm.
He's dressed in like a long, kind of old style nightshirt. And he has his hands in the pockets.
Oh, sorry, I was just heading to bed.
I don't think you're going to find anything of use to any modern cleric in that book.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have a beautiful library. I took some books, if you don't mind, for a quick beach read.
No, of course, that's why they're there. Why are you interested in necromancy and the old gods?
I lost a friend, and I don't want that to happen again.
Yes. Loss hurts, but it's also natural. You realize that, right? All of this, the arcane, the channeling of divine magic that you do, the more innate types of casting that I and my son do, none of those are natural, right? They're not... When a being ceases to be, they're supposed to cease.
But why?
It's the laws of the universe.
With that, Rosalie will just kind of like look down and look back at him and kind of just be like, then how do you deal with the pain that's left behind?
It's a good question. The good news is, you have several lifetimes to contemplate that. Other people are not so lucky, are they?
No, you're right on that.
You're a wood elf, aren't you?
Yes, half though.
Yes. You can borrow that book you were looking at. I'd recommend page 187.
Oh, thank you. Rosalie will pick it back up and she'll quickly flip through it just to see what that page is about. Is it one of the ripped ones?
It looks like it was originally ripped out and then it's been taped back in. This is a kind of reference textbook on the necromantic practice of worshippers of Sylvanus. You've never heard of this god before, but from what you can tell from the illustrations, he is some kind of god of the forest and seems to be largely worshipped by druids and wood elves. Oron kind of taps the book on the page that you're on, and he goes, I think that something that helps many people is knowing that there's more than one truth.
Rosalie will look up at him and close the book, put it in her bag, and then give him a quick hug.
Aw.
And then quickly walk over to the staircase and be like, thank you.
He freezes for half a second, and then he reaches an arm around you and gives you a little pat on the back, and he goes, of course.
Good night. And she'll do like a quick head bow as she like scutters away to the staircase to her room.
You can hear him chuckling lightly, and then as you close the door to your room, you hear the door down the hall close. Do the rest of you go to bed?
Oh yeah, crashed.
Fleur, your
Yeah.
alarm goes off at 7:59 the next morning, just like you said it, so you can have a minute to greet the day before aggressively running down the hall and waking up all of your friends.
Correct.
Fleur, the air is notably cooler than it was last night. It's about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. For those of you who don't speak Fahrenheit, that's 10 degrees Celsius. You slide on a pair of slippers, the hoodie that you brought branded with the Eylas lacrosse team logo on it, and begin to pad out the door. You shut the door, and next to you, in the room adjacent, Essie, you sit up in a cold room. There's only sort of the handmade quilts that were clearly designed for warmer weather pulled over you, and you're a little bit chilly, and as you sit up, go ahead and roll a perception check.
$18.
On an 18, the room feels a little bit smaller than it did yesterday. You can't confirm that this is the reality, but the walls seem a little bit closer to you. The bed a little bit too large for the room itself, and as the rest of you wake up, you notice the same thing. You all kind of get up as Fleur presumably bangs on your doors and find yourself just standing in the hallway. What
Why
do
is
you
it
do?
so cold?
The room feels smaller too.
Did you wake me up at 8?
Yeah.
All
Okay.
really important questions.
It is, I mean, it is a little chilly. And Ian like pulls down the sleeves of his like sweater and like tucks his hands in for a second.
Vess,
Yes.
has the vibe of the magic changed? I don't know how magic works.
Did you not hear me tell Hirsim that vibes are not quantifiable? I say that, and
I'm with Hirsim on the vibe check thing.
I do wonder if there's can I tell, or do I think I would know, just like if it's obviously cooler than usual for the season, or
Yeah, you can definitely, I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. Like, you know
Okay.
your approximate location relative to, like, the different tropics of
Yeah.
the continent, and you know that it is unseasonably cool.
okay, yeah. I relay that, and do I what's the vibe check on the magic?
You can roll an
What-
Arcana
what?
check for a vibe check.
Happily. 15.
On a 15, you're not sure, but it feels a little bit like the magic is very slowly waning.
Cool. I share that, and I do ask, because I remember Hirsim saying is that having those objects in here like takes a toll on aura, and I ask, everyone put their items in the trunk last night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I still have my ukulele, but
that's Hirsim.
yeah.
Okay,
So-
just checking. But it does
We
feel a little bit weaker. I wouldn't know how to ask without being impolite, though.
That's fine. I'll just ask.
Do you think Essie by any chance, did you look up at the sky last night?
Yes. But I think you know that.
Do you remember what the phase the moon was at?
Do I remember what phase the moon was?
You didn't ask me at the time, so no.
Oh, I was a little distracted.
Oh, okay.
I didn't.
I'm mostly.
Is there any kind of calendar in our rooms, like the little like spiral bound ones that
No.
have a bunch of that almanac information? No. Okay.
No,
Okay.
there's like an alarm clock, and that's it.
Does the cold feel like the cold when we were in the Unseelie Court?
It's cold.
Okay.
Yeah, it feels like cold.
There were supposed to be several floors above the floor we were on.
Yes.
Do those still exist?
Would you like to walk to see?
I would
Yeah.
love to walk to see.
You walk to the staircase. Does anyone else go with him?
I'll stay put.
You're gonna
Yeah,
stay
I'm gonna
put.
Stay put.
Ian, you walk towards the staircase with Essie. Can I get a perception check from both of you?
11?
There are no stairs leading up. You don't really notice anything else.
I also have a question. Are there the same number of rooms?
Would you like to check?
Yes.
We're gonna call that a DC 5. You're good at counting. It's a perception check.
I would hope so. It's
You're quite smart. Yeah.
quite smart. 19.
You take careful stock of the doors. There are the same number of doors as last night, but notably the one at the furthest end of the hall, the room you remember H saying was Oron's,
Mhm.
the door's slightly ajar.
Okay. I tug on Fleur's sleeve and I
Yeah, what's up?
like point. And I'm like, I think Kirsten said that was Ron's room, right?
Mm-hmm.
He might have just left it unlocked, but and I take a step towards it.
Okay. Yeah.
Weren't there supposed to be other floors, you guys?
Yeah. I'm gonna just and Fleur heads over to that ajar door and is just like, we're not gonna I'm just gonna knock gently and make sure everything's okay.
You want me to send Aspen in?
No, we're not going in.
Exactly.
We're gonna knock. Well, we might, but I'm gonna knock gently, and Fleur knocks.
You knock on the door and it swings open. The room has a single twin bed in it, which has been stripped bare. There are no personal effects. However, it does look like someone sort of hastily packed things up. There are like remnants of tape on the wall. You can see like there's sort of a ring of dust that's been displaced on the top of the dresser, as if someone grabbed something. You're welcome to roll an investigation check to see what that
Yeah.
was.
Yes, please. And is there anything? Can I also roll perception to see if there was anything left behind?
I'm going to say that's part of the investigation check.
Okay.
Since Macbeth was staying with Oran, can I have Macbeth help use the help action?
Yes.
Please.
You can have Macbeth use the help action.
Nice.
I rolled a fucking nat 1, dude.
I saw.
That was a 2.
Oh god.
Still?
Fleur, Macbeth teleports into the room onto the bed, and you spend the next 3 minutes trying to shoo him off the bed as he thinks it's some kind of game and barks playfully at you.
Fleur, after that, Fleur then goes, I've got a bad feeling. We
Did they
should go
leave?
downstairs. We need to go downstairs and figure asking we just gotta, and Fleur just like heads towards the downstairs. I got a real bad feeling, everyone.
You head downstairs?
Fleur starts to.
I will follow, but I want to tell Essie. I want to like catch up to Essie if I can, and ask and say, "Hey, Essie, I'm assuming you have still you with you, maybe." But I'm just like, "Hey, do you want to maybe check on Kirsten?"
Yeah.
As we're walking,
He's supposed to be downstairs because he usually is making those really delicious.
The ukulele, Essie. Check in the ukulele.
Okay, yeah. I'll check the ukulele. Do I feel anything weird?
This is a ukulele.
Just a regular ukulele.
Yeah. Nothing special about it. It's got some cool stickers.
And gold nail polish.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't feel him in the ukulele, so.
As the magic is falling apart in here.
Are we not in that pocket dimension anymore?
I don't know, but we've got to figure it out.
So do you all head downstairs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who
Yes.
goes first?
I
Fleur.
think it's Fleur. I'll follow closely.
Fleur, you walk downstairs and you see in the library, someone seated in one of the like high-backed, comfortable chairs, looking out the window. Fearsome, H, is dressed in a large pullover sweatshirt. It's got some kind of surf brand on it with which you're unfamiliar. He's staring out the window with this uncharacteristically serious expression on his face. His brow is furrowed, and he only glances at you all for a moment before looking back outside.
H.
Hmm.
What's going on?
Bad stuff, Biddy.
Yeah, your dad's gone?
Oh yeah, he hightailed it out of here about 4 a.m.
What the hell is happening?
It's kind of complicated. How much time do you have?
A week?
As long as it
2
needs?
weeks?
Well, again, I've only been here for a couple days, but, you know, I've been here in and out because it's either here or, again, inside of a violin that looks like a
Right.
ukulele. Well, this is sort of my dad's hideout, right?
Mhm,
But that's just because he and my mom fight all the time, which is totally fine. But as bad as his relationship is with her, it's a lot worse with old friend of mine. And might have sort of let him know we were here on accident by saying his name a whole bunch of times. And
Fuck. Okay.
well, it's not a huge deal. So the thing is, the pocket dimension can't be sustained without the caster. Dad sort of left it on a countdown timer of sorts for us, but
we can tell.
yeah, the real issue here is not really sure what the deal is with this because old friend is supposed to be, and so
They're not.
well, I guess not, because those are his guys out there. He sort of taps on the frosted glass.
Fleur looks through.
So the glass is pretty much completely frosted over. You can only see like vague shapes moving outside the window.
Rosalie. Oh fuck! I don't want to like blow up the room.
Could you like thaumaturgy to heat it?
I don't have thaumaturgy.
Oh, shit, right, that was your
doesn't
old
do
character.
temperature. Yeah, thaumaturgy doesn't do
mhm.
like temperature. I don't want to do like sacred flame can touch. Can
Uh,
light.
I mean, precedent.
Can I just put
Yeah,
my
it
hand?
warms
How about
it.
I just
Warm it.
put my warm hand
Oh,
on the
and just-
window and then look through it?
Yeah. Fleur, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Oh
No, it's fine. 17.
Your hand freezes to the window almost immediately. And here's some, without even glancing away from looking outside the window, casts a little bit of flame around his finger and very gently releases your finger from the grasp of the frost.
Thank you. Okay, that's all right.
So,
Do we have to clear them out?
do you want to know what they're about, or do you just want to start hacking shit?
100% I want to know what they're about, but you know me.
Yeah, you're a lot like my dad in that way. Well,
Can they get in?
no. This is
Okay, that's good. Until it's gone.
well,
Are they here for something specific?
You probably.
a lot of questions. First of all, the world does not revolve around your brother, Biddy.
I
I
know.
just gotta let you know. At
I
a
know.
certain point, when you only have one Fey touch, they're a lot less useful than they are in pairs,
Which is fair.
right? So, think of it this way. Ian is not the center of the Fae's universe. You got that? We got our own shit
Yep.
going on. Okay? By the way, hi, nice to meet you. My name's Hirsch. I'm sure you figured that one out by now.
Yeah. Yes, the dots did connect for us.
Yeah, and Oron, my dad, that would be Oberon, king of the summer court. Currently,
Also put those ones together.
Yeah. No, you're smarter than you look.
Thanks.
Yeah, so here's the deal. not every sibling relationship is super happy-go-lucky. As you know, I have a sister.
Yeah.
She's kind of a bitch, but just in the sister kind of way. I also have a brother.
Right.
You might be familiar with him. He's sort of a half-brother. Well, he's a full brother, but Fey lineages are complicated, right? Because Titania's got like 6 different faces. She wears most of them at the same time, but, you know, she doesn't always with them on all at the same time. And then Oberon, he's kind of can't, you know, he's not a great dad, but he's a great womanizer. So the thing is, right? The thing is, I have an older brother.
Right.
I also have a second name. It's embarrassing. We treat it as a middle name. If he gets out of this room, I will curse you.
Yeah,
I'll
we'll
do
keep
it.
it on the DL.
Yeah, it'll follow. So my older brother's name was Puck. Like Cocky Puck, Huckleberry Finn, which of course is not a reference in this world, but, you know. And then there's me, right? Some people called me Mustard Seed back before I figured my shit out. Don't recommend it. Terrible name, terrible nickname. My real name's much better. Here's some kind of a lame name too. Rosalie, I swear to God. I swear to all the gods in the past and your goddess too, I will send you so far into the Feywild your mother cannot find you.
Not leaving this room. Cross my heart.
Admittedly, you then have to deal with Dr. Motley. And I don't even know if you're formidable enough for that.
Dr. Motley is really scary. Like, very cool.
She's hard.
I am an ageless and eternal force of unbridled fury, rage, and madness. I'm pretty sure I'd be okay. So
You haven't met
That
Dr.
Dr. Motley.
Anyways,
I do
sorry.
look at all of them and I love Vivian, but this is disrespectful. And I bow sorry to hear some. I'm just like, you're really cool. You're still
agreed on that.
really
Yeah.
important, and I'm sorry.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry. What's going on?
you are very right that I am important. Until, I guess today, around 4 a.m., I was the crown prince of the summer court.
Okay.
Hung out with the green court a lot, but obviously, you know, things complicated. However, as you're probably familiar with, during the last Fey War, my brother, Puck, after his own kind of divorce drama, he committed an unspeakable number of atrocities against the people of the summer court and was banished by our mother, Titania, into a inescapable plane. Or so I thought. I assumed...
And he's escaped?
Do you want to just tell this story yourself, or do you want to
It was
sit
more
there...
a question, a concern. I'm a little concerned.
Wizard?
There's. Do you want to look out the window, Fleur?
It's frosty. And I touched it
Has to
already.
digitate, warm it.
So, my brother presumably escaped. Yes, that is the direction the story was going in. I'm happy to tell you more if you're interested, or you
I'd
can
love
just continue interrupting me.
Fleur just waits.
Pearson snaps his fingers,
Yeah.
and a cone of impenetrable silence manifests itself directly in front of Fleur's mouth. Fleur, regardless of what direction you turn your head in, you cannot make a sound.
Incredible. There.
That's cooler and more effective than what I was going to do.
I'm sure whatever you were going to do was perfectly effective. However, we're a little low on time. So, my brother presumably escaped. That's all of his shit out there. I'm sure he's here to pick a fight with my father, who left like a coward. And I can't leave because the moment I leave, I'll just go... And he points at Essie's ukulele. So it's either here or the 250 feet that lead to the ocean, followed by the 700 feet of surfing room Dad granted me as a 8,000th birthday present.
How generous of him. I'm saying this inside my head because I can't speak.
Do we have any questions?
Well, he's your brother, right? So maybe you know some of his weaknesses?
He's not my brother anymore. He's more of a flirt cousin.
Right.
So if they want you, they won't hurt us.
Oh, I don't think he wants me at all. And he
Yeah.
doesn't care who he hurts.
Is this because he
I
maybe
think the
wants
whole
something
part of the
back?
unspeakable atrocities does not exempt us, Rosalie.
I just assume it's because he sort of hates our dad.
Or starts kind of gesticulating wildly around her mouth.
Do you promise to let me finish a sentence this time?
Fleur puts her thumb up.
He snaps his fingers.
She goes, is he here or is it just his acolytes? Also, thank you.
He snaps his fingers again. The
She
cone
wasn't
of
being
silence
facetious. She was being
reappears
nice.
as he
Just in
he
case.
answers.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think he can get onto this plane. There's only a small opening from the Feywild, and it's a lot easier to pass through if you're bound to one plane entirely. I have to assume that his power is somewhat limited if he's managed to even somewhat escape.
Fleur starts gesticulating wildly again.
We have a fighting chance.
I don't know. He's not on this plane, I don't think, because he hasn't come knocking on any doors or demanding to talk to Dad or, you know.
But against his subordinates.
Oh, they're not a huge problem. There's probably a lot of them, but I mean, I've never had any problems with them.
Are you saying that us saying Ian's tattoo caused this to happen?
Names have power,
Yeah, that's what I'm a bit concerned about.
and not everyone's as friendly about knowing names as my father and I are.
Right. So we should, to avoid making this worse, refrain from saying it.
His name, your name, my name. Probably just don't do names.
In general. Yeah.
Okay.
Lovely.
Well, do you want to help us with this, or do you want us to handle it?
I can help you for the 200 feet of beach that extends from here to the water.
Do you think if we go outside and make enough noise, they'll come to us?
Pity they're already here.
Then let's do it.
Shouldn't we have like a game plan or something? And
You know what my game plan is,
Yeah.
Why do
Essie?
you think we can
Hit
go
things
up
as hard as I
against
can.
them anyways? Fleur?
How
you
far,
are getting a cover up.
to Jenny? How far is the car?
Yeah.
So the car is... You have to make it down about 600 feet of beach to get to the car. And
That's
it's a little
plenty.
unclear to you from in here where the monsters
That's
are
fine.
coming
I just
from.
wanted a general.
Like, you are
knowledge.
inside, you don't know what's out there, you can see movement, like I said, and you have Hirsam's word that it is, in fact, the servants of the Frost Prince.
No, that's fine. I wanted the knowledge.
Is it just the servants, or is he there too?
No, it's
No,
just the
it's
servants.
just the
He can't get through.
Okay.
I as always will follow your lead. All I will do though is I'm gonna cast mage armor on myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I sit down. I sit down next to on the floor, cross-legged, and just study, like speed study.
Hirsam glances down at you from looking out the window, looks back to the window, and then Ian, his eyes land on you, and he goes, "Scared, Frost Prince?"
Regretful is probably a better word to use.
Where'd you learn the name anyways?
I guess back in the Unseelie court when we were dealing with my mom. I
She's
was
a
kind
piece
of
of
trying to
work.
do it as a
She was.
act of defiance, but in retrospect, there was a lot of lore I didn't pay attention to. So, yeah. And he aggressively scratches the prince half of his chest, and and just kind of looks down at his hands.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to
Oh,
do this.
you know, it's human ignorance.
Well, it's also I'm pretty dumb.
Sure, but the thing about humans is they're relatively new to this whole scheme and order, but they don't care at all to learn about the history of the people who came before them, do they? The gnomes have been here for thousands of years before the humans, the elves for hundreds of millennia, the fae for even longer, and the humans write a couple books, call it good.
Well, I mean, it's the recency bias, you know? We all fall prey to it. I flipped the page.
It's easy to pretend that you're the most important thing. Not as easy to realize you're not.
Yeah, it's the youngest child experience. So I'll help you as much as I can, but I'm a little bit limited. You got any
That's fair.
other questions? I'm sure you two do. You need to ask anything else? Vesper, you got... I know I got a little bit intense last night. Sorry about that. It was
I guess my question,
It's okay.
are they here for the weapon? Are they here because I'm falsely claiming to be him?
Oh, I don't think...
think they're here for
It
Oberon.
seemed they were here to pick a fight.
Just
With his
because.
dad.
Well, so here's the thing. Until last night, this morning, I was the rightful heir to the throne, and I couldn't be fucked with that. As long as I care, I sort of need my dad to live forever. It's the whole point of the portal that we have here, to have constant Fey energy sustaining him young and healthy so that I never have to touch that throne. But
Right.
now that my brother's back, he's the heir, which means that if our father's dead, he sits on the golden throne of the Summer Court, which I don't even get, because by all purposes, he's the rightful heir to the Winter Court, so he should just fuck off and do that, but, you know.
So he could be,
What happens if he takes the throne of both?
yeah.
Nah.
But
Do you want to elaborate on that?
Oh, he'd have to be my mom. That'd be a whole thing. There's no way he could do that.
Okay.
He's enthusiastic and confident, but that doesn't mean he's particularly talented.
well, okay.
Here's some.
What's up?
This pocket dimension is collapsing, right?
Slowly, we got time. Why?
Well, I'm just wondering if you want to have like some time with Essie before we go out there and fight, and then the pocket dimension collapses.
You can't force these things, Biddy.
Well, we'll go get our stuff.
Also, our shoes.
Word.
And,
yeah.
You and Essie, and we'll get our stuff, and we're just gonna leave. Like, we'll leave it outside the door. Like, we're not gonna open the door yet, but like as we head out to fight, we'll bring it out the door so that it doesn't get lost in the collapsing pocket dimension.
All right.
And
All
then
right.
you two can, and then
Yeah.
Fleur's like
Fleur.
heading out.
Biddy, I am not your tiefling boyfriend. I'm not gonna, bang her on the front porch or anything like
Didn't
that.
think so. Good to know that you were able to perceive that. That's good to know. I'm gonna go get my stuff. Everybody else coming?
Later.
Can you study and walk,
Yeah.
Bess?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Who do you think I am?
I know. I was a
Before
stupid
Ian
question.
Before Ian goes, I'm gonna use prestidigitation to make a color small marker symbol appear on a surface his skin for an hour, and I'm gonna cover up his tattoo and give him a bit of bardic inspiration.
Oh yeah.
Also,
Not
Bess,
your
are you going to?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to do something really quick too. Let me just find the spell because it is new. Oh, I want to do protection from energy. How long does it take? Never mind. That takes an hour.
Never mind.
I appreciate the sentiment. It's okay.
Oh man.
So, we'll probably be going back to the ukulele soon.
Yeah.
It's okay. We can do like mind picnics on while you're asleep. Fit it into your schedule.
I mean, and it'll be nice to always be able to talk to each other.
Yeah, for sure. I missed having a physical form, but
You have a nice visible form, so
no, it's okay.
you're pretty.
You're pretty too. Yeah. No, I mean, I wouldn't. I don't. I mean, I wouldn't be, doing this if you weren't. This is, again, physical form, very new to me. I'm a lot smoother in psychic connection, but I kind of like this a little bit more. Because, when I'm trapped in a ukulele, I can't do this. And he leans down and presses a very quick, chaste kiss to your lips and goes, sorry, I should have. Can I kiss you?
Oh, before he even finishes the sentence, I keep grabbing him and going in for another kiss.
He kisses you. It's romantic. It's beautiful. His arms wrap around you and kind of lift you up for a second. And he sets you back down and he goes,
I've never even had a stage kiss.
Was that your Oh,
I just got really excited and enthusiastic. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Hang on. I want to redo. Let's do. I feel like I could have done that a lot better.
Should we do a take two or was that just rehearsal? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's try it. Okay.
As you kind of freak out and start just giving random stage directions, he laughs, kisses you again, and this time pulls away and holds your face in his hands, and he goes, I wouldn't say this in front of your friends, but be careful. First of all, obviously, all of you be careful. You be careful. Try not to. Part of me hopes that there's still part of my brother in there. If you could just do your best to leave that part behind.
Even if somebody's been bad for a really long time, sometimes it's just never too late to try, right?
I hope so. He's
You be safe too. I don't know what he's gonna try and do to you, but
well, I'll just be hanging out on your back. I don't have much to say to him. He's just, I don't have a lot of family left. Sometimes, you love your family even though all I do is fuck up and hurt you, right?
Yeah.
By the way, I took the liberty last night of reaching out to one of the worshippers of Pan, who's over in Stone Sea, and sent your mom some flowers from you, since I figure you might be missing the visit.
Only Rosalie knew about it.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you for doing that.
Yeah, no, I get it. I hope that she's doing well, and we'll break this curse.
We'll break all the curses, right? Hopefully help your brother too.
Well, if we can't, that's okay. I've had a lot of time to come to terms with who he is.
If we can, it's not your fault.
I left out a lot of parts of that story, Essie.
You can tell me when you're ready to.
And when I do, I hope you remember that who I am is not who I was. And he presses another kiss to your forehead and casts bless on you.
Oh,
And then steps away and says, when this all, crumbles down, you know where to find me.
she does do the finger grabs.
He does it back to you, like a little bit like confused, and does like a little bit of prestidigitation, so some like sparks shoot out, and you notice that they're shaped like little gold stars.
Wow.
Adorable.
Cute.
Jenny, I just want to say thank you so much for for this.
We're giving you an emotionally complicated ukulele to date.
Oh, yes. Exactly my type. How did you know?
Yeah.
Everyone hype for Cam's first like Jenny flirt relationship. Flirt with a DM relationship.
Jenny, does he have gold sparkly nail polish?
Yeah, he does. He's wearing gold sparkly nail polish.
Very good.
Okay, back to the party. Let's
Yeah,
go.
what are you all?
Kill
Yeah.
some acolytes.
I feel like we just get our stuff really quickly and bring it downstairs and then wait patiently outside of the library.
Essie, he does before you call it, as you turn to call in your friends, he pulls off the hoodie and pulls it on you.
Jenny, stop.
And then goes, I probably won't be needing this.
I'll put it on the ukulele if you ever get cold. And I don't know, that's cute actually.
You probably shouldn't. It's a little bit special. Mechanically, Essie, you are now resistant to cold damage when you are wearing the sweatshirt.
Oh my god!
Yo.
It also functions as +1 armor.
God, Jenny.
Damn.
Damn, this is like having a sugar fae prince.
Yeah,
Sugar
okay.
daddy.
That's
Yeah.
kind of exactly what it is, but go
That's
on.
good.
Is this
Or a token of love.
Mhm.
Fleur goes, all right, are we going to do this?
Are we in the lobby then?
Yeah.
Like before.
Yeah.
Fleur's like stretching.
And the reception was here too, right? Can
Yeah.
I at least try to check the computer?
Absolutely.
I've been trying to do this for like 24,
Well,
24
Oberon's
hours.
gone, so
You boot up the computer. Harrison watches you with complete and utter fascination. So,
I climb up to the stool or something.
so this box like talks to other boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, does it like
I try to explain as best I can.
okay, so the extranet is like a sending spell amplified by like 1,000,000, and all of the information in the known universe is on there, or at least on this plane is on there, and people mainly use it for, what did you say, Ian? For
Looking at things you probably should do in private.
Oh, I was going to say like 18-second long cat videos.
Yeah, mine was not that.
Yeah, no, I get you. We're yeah. Have you looked at
I use it for the interlibrary loans.
There's a lot on there. There's a lot more than you'd expect.
for sure.
Like,
You know,
if you
Pan.
can think of it, it's there.
Yeah, Pan used to run a little magazine called Girls Gone Feywild. You should look if that's on there at some point.
I'm
my
certain it's
goodness.
on
Yeah,
there.
you should check it out. So were you able to crack the password? Vesper.
Yeah.
Have you roll either investigation or arcana?
Let's see.
This is a DC.
Investigation, let's do.
I'll tell you if you make it.
Okay, 19.
You try a couple of different options, most common passwords, least common passwords, variations of like Sylvan expletives, and as you do it, H washes you for as many times as you can try, and you're down to one last try before the computer like locks you out for a period of time. And Hirscham reaches over and very gingerly, like an old person trying to type, types in PASSWORD and then clicks enter. and the computer unlocks.
Incredible. I say thank you.
Yeah, it was
I
the same
honestly
for the
don't know that
Royal
I would have
Vault.
thought of that.
Yeah, no. Well, here's the thing.
That is atrocious cybersecurity.
Word, but who else was gonna use the computer? I did not know that this
that's
thing
true.
had pornography on it, or I would have been on here way earlier.
That's fair.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, that guest account on your computer, Bess, that's also my password.
Oh, we're gonna have some extranet safety talks, Ian. It'll be okay. Oh my goodness. Cool. I say thank you for getting me in.
All right, so you do some clicking around. Let's have one last investigation check.
All right. 23.
This is a pretty bare bones computer setup. First of all, it appears to be running like Skylight 92, like the very first operating system released to the public. It doesn't appear to be like updated in a long time, and there's only 4 file folders on the desktop. You can't even find like an internet browser. Okay, there's also what appears to be an email app, but there don't appear to be like any unread messages in the mailbox, and when you open it, there are no email exchanges.
Right.
There are files. The first is labeled photos personal. The second is labeled reservation confirmations. The third is labeled taxes in quotation marks. And the fourth is labeled LOL familiars.
Okay. I think I'm gonna look for in the reservation confirmations.
You open it up and there's about 8 files in here. The first 6 date back like several years. The most recent one is from about 6 months ago. It appears to be for 2 gnomes by the last name of Thornbush. And the most recent one is under Fleur's name, Fleur Pharaoh. Those are just the file names. You haven't like opened them or anything.
Yeah. How's the pocket dimension looking? How are we looking on time? Is this a choose your own adventure type thing?
You glance over your shoulder and you notice that the staircase behind the library has kind of crumbled. There's just a pile of bricks.
Okay. Okay, then against what I actually wanted to do, I would like to look at the Thornbush file. I would like to see if the if the credit card of the last 4 digits are the same as the person who invited us.
They are not.
All right. I mean, I made a choice. Didn't work. Oh well.
Can you look in the taxes folder?
Do I have time?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll look in the taxes folder.
There's a couple of forums in here. It looks like Oron's been filing taxes intermittently, definitely not at the rate he's supposed to. The last time he filed appears to have been 10 years ago.
Okay.
Wait, click personal photos. I want to see little
say the
mustard
photos
seed.
are a
Oh
good
my
idea.
God. I
Here's some glares at you.
Not this room.
Yeah, I go.
Not this
No,
room.
I go. Pretend. They've seen me. They've seen my focus phase. I just continue to have my focus phase, even though I've heard them. I do want to go back because, like, Fleur wouldn't have left me alone, but I do want to go back and look at our file then.
Yeah.
At Fleur's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was a choose one
It's
thing.
basically the same confirmation that Fleur received in the manila envelope, without any of the drawings. You do see in the corner, someone has like typed in red Comic Sans text, card declined, sent cash via mail.
Okay. Okay, awesome. Is there
Is there an
to hear
envelope in the desk? Sorry.
Am I
sorry.
investigating or not?
I'm sorry. I just freaked
No.
out and panicked.
You're good. Yes, the question
I really
remains the
think-
same.
I really think we should see the personal photos. I really want to find who we're looking for Tatiana.
Are we not like about to go to our death? What?
She wears like 6 faces.
Yeah, exactly.
Roll an
Jason said we had
investigation
time.
check. Hirsum is
Who?
like
Sorry.
kind of, you can see him focusing on something and you assume that he's trying to like preserve whatever magic is
To
holding
keep it.
the...
How about Vesper tells us I look for the physical envelope while Vesper goes through the personal photos, and I'll
Okay.
roll investigate.
I rolled 16 for investigation. I don't know who you wanted to roll it.
That was for Pippin to roll investigate.
Okay, that's
I
did
rolled
ask who it was.
14 to find the envelope.
I have 24.
Fleur, you find a paper shredder
Okay.
full of shredded paper.
Shit.
Can I help Fleur go through this stuff?
Sure. You help Fleur go through this. It doesn't seem like there's any envelope remains in here. You see like
Okay.
a couple of past due bill notices for like ownership of the land, but no envelopes.
Okay.
Pippin, you're going through the personal photos?
Yeah.
These actually appear to be like taken for Meg's List ads.
Okay.
There's photos of like several presumably arcane objects, most notably Vesper.
Yeah.
There is a screenshot of an exchange with a buyer under the name of Magic Man 124
Okay.
inquiring about the sale price of a crown. There are no images of this crown to be found in the file, but it does appear that Oron sold this crown.
hmm
The last message is a confirmation of the crown having been received via mail. Essie, you're muted.
Okay. Yeah.
Address.
What's the address?
Yeah.
There's no address in here. It appears that this wasn't the form of communication through which they exchanged addresses. The initial message is an inquiry. There's a little bit of back and forth about why it's worth so much, followed by a confirmation that it had been received via the mail.
Okay. And there's no sort of you said this wasn't how they were communicating, but no like either name of an object or descriptive features, even if there's no photo.
No, it's along the lines of why, I'm interested in the crown.
Yeah.
Is there an email?
No email.
I have the username. That's all I have. Cool. And I mean, we can look in the familiars one. It's the last one. Tell us your content.
You open up the LOL familiars one and just find like several saved PNGs of like owls looking surprised that say things like, I can has cantrips.
Oh my
Knew
god,
it.
they're
I knew
memes.
it.
Oh my
I knew-
god.
Yeah, I thought so.
That's little familiars instead of
Yeah.
Mhm.
you all
Lovely.
incredible.
I look at the others like anything else that you think.
No, there don't appear to be any photos of baby Hirsum.
Wow.
Magic.
Damn.
So, were there any pictures
reassure
of
him.
me?
I reassure him. Yeah, I reassure him. I go, we didn't find anything.
Or that's kind of more my mom's deal anyways. Dad was sort of a absent father, had to like rule an entire plane or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You have everything you need, Vest. We don't want to upload anything to like the cloud.
I'm not even sure I don't think this has the upload speed to do anything.
That's fair. That's fair. I just learned about the
Um,
cloud recently in my computing class, so just thought I'd throw it out there.
Incredible. But no, then I think we got it. We're good.
Word. So this house is about to collapse on top of us.
We should
Lovely.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You all make it out the front door as the bricks of the house begin to just crumble behind you, leaving just a pile of like vaguely cottage-shaped ruin. You step outside into the freezing air and see the cold steel blue of the water lapping against the frozen beach. Out here, it's about 30 degrees Fahrenheit. This is just below freezing, maybe -1 for you Celsius users. As you step outside, you hear this terrible noise. Somewhere between a groan and like a chitter. And then you hear something in Sylvan you can't quite make out, carried away on the freezing breeze. As you step towards the water, it gets slightly warmer, but not quite, and you see, emerging from the mist, horrible little creatures with 2 long arms, frozen blue skin, long pointed faces, almost bird-like in appearance, and unmistakable pointed fey ears, not unlike those found on Essie and Rosalie. The creatures look at you with horrible, unfeeling eyes and let out an as behind them, a tall, thin, elven-looking man with pale blue skin, long, dark blue hair pulled back, begins to cast a spell. I'm going to have you all roll initiative, and we will be back next week on the Tabletop Tavern. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm so excited to fight.
Next time on Tabletop Tavern.
What the hell, Vesper?
I cast Fireball.
May I try to hotwire? Is that an action?
Just go ahead and double the damage. That is a crit fail on a death saving throw.
Hail the lady on fire.
Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Tabletop Tavern. Don't forget, if you would like to watch the show live with our audience on Monday nights, you should follow us on Twitch, as well as our other social medias, which you can find in the description box down below. Tabletop Tavern is also available on podcast platforms, so if you would rather listen to an episode during your commute or while you're cleaning, you can find the links to that in the description box as well. We hope you have a wonderful week, and go Griffins!